Hello and welcome to Prep's Interfaith Thanksgiving Prayer Service. It is appropriate that we take the time to pause and give thanks for all the blessings that we have received. This past year, one that has been marked by the twin pandemics of COVID-19 and racial injustice, as well as the divisive political situation, it might be hard to remember to be grateful. And yet, we do so today intentionally and with great confidence in whichever God we believe. Indeed, gratitude might be the thread that ties together all faiths and thus all humankind. I would ask that we take today's prayer service as an invitation to reaffirm our commitment to look upon all people, regardless of what may divide us, with respect and dignity. I'm grateful to everyone who has worked so hard to put together today's prayer service, and I close and share with you the words of the great philosopher and theologian, Meister Eckhart. If the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving, and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, St. Peter's Prep. I want to join Mr. D'Angelo in welcoming you all to our annual Interfaith Thanksgiving prayer service. Like every year, there are a lot of reasons to be grateful here at Prep. But I'm going to say that my number one reason this year is all of you. You've made the most out of a challenging school year. You found ways to keep learning, serving, playing, and praying together, even while we were separate. And it really means a lot to me that you made some time to also donate to the Great Nation Challenge and help to make this holiday season special for some families in need. I'm not going to be able to share a final number at this prayer service. Donations are still coming in throughout the day. But please know that we are very, very grateful for everything that you've done. Another thing that I'm very grateful for about Prep at all times is our diversity. You come from so many different experiences, backgrounds, and cultures that it honestly enriches my life just to be here with you all. I've learned so much hearing you talk about your families, about your lives, about the traditions and the customs that make you unique. Today's prayer service is a chance for all of us to honor that diversity. While our rituals and scriptures may differ, one thing that all the world's religions have in common is prayers of gratitude. Honestly, sometimes I think that is the simplest and most important prayer that we can ever offer, just to simply say, thank you. Today, you're going to hear several of your classmates share reflections from their own faith traditions and how they express gratitude. So I invite you now to listen with an open heart and with respect, and to see what their stories can teach you about this season of thanks.
Please stand. As we gather this day to thank God for the many blessings we have received, we remember that there are many places in our world where peace is fragile and communities are torn, places even within our very own communities. We remember those from our communities that have gone before us. We recognize that there are joys as well as sorrows, times of happiness as well as challenges, consolations as well as desolations. Today, we focus on the many ways that we are grateful for God's goodness to us. Let us enter into this prayer with hearts full of gratitude for all of the events of our own journeys, for we know that God is always with us.
In the midst of a war-torn nation in 1863, Abraham Lincoln proclaimed that the fourth Thursday of November would officially be celebrated as our nation's Day of Thanksgiving. In that proclamation, Lincoln declared, "We have been the recipients of the choicest bounties of heaven, but we have forgotten the gracious hand which preserved us in peace and multiplied and enriched and strengthened us, and we have vainly imagined that all these blessings were produced by some superior wisdom and virtue of our own. It seemed to me fit and proper that God should be acknowledged solemnly, reverently, and gratefully by the whole American people." This proclamation remains as words to live by as we celebrate Thanksgiving this year. At this time, we'll have our first community member share some words of gratitude from his Jewish faith tradition. In his reflection, Miles DeBovie brings to life God, our creator and sustainer of life, a God that calls us to reflection, action, and inclusion.
This Thanksgiving will probably be rather unique. We might have friends and family, but in the back of our minds there will be COVID and politics and other heavy topics taking over our thinking. I originally wrote this to be about friends and family and thankfulness, but it didn't feel relevant enough or genuine. The truth is that this holiday season will be rather disconnected and perhaps pretty stressful. This period of time will be part of something we've lived through that makes it into the future versions of the textbooks we read in our history classes. Of course, all of this is rather sad. There's a lot of heavy stuff going on right now. Through all of this, my fellow seniors have college application deadlines approaching, and juniors begin to think about their future in college. With all that's going on, I've begun to develop incredible anxieties about my own future. The unknown has begun to terrify me. As I begin to make my way through college apps, I'm slowly beginning to feel some of the weight come off of my shoulders, and this has made me pretty hopeful. To deal with some of the residual stress, I've come to learn to appreciate the small things in life to keep myself grounded. This has been a big realization for me, and it's truly been keeping me going. I believe now that it's the short breaks within the chaos of our lives that we need to savor and take to ourselves. It's sometimes all that we have to relieve some of the heavy stress I imagine many, if not all of us are experiencing. While parts of these breaks, of course, need to be spent doing important school assignments, or in my case, college applications, I think it's important to take some of it to relax and do something you enjoy. I've applied this thinking to my weekends when I often spend time with my friends. This Thanksgiving break, I'd like to encourage you to try and find something small you can appreciate. It doesn't matter what it is. I've recently rediscovered my love for Legos. I can lose myself within the set that I'm building, and there are no more thoughts of stress or anxiety when I'm entranced in such an activity. Separately, I also would like to encourage each of you to reach out to family and friends you might not be seeing this holiday season. I hope you can all enjoy a calm and healthy Thanksgiving holiday. Peace.
Country advocate for peace with every land. May contentment reign within this land and in our homes. Sing shalom, sing shalom, sing shalom. Friendship's bonds be strengthened between peoples of each land. May you plant the seeds of virtue deep within each soul. Hallowed be your name and loved in hearts and in our homes. Sing shalom, sing shalom, May all your children on this earth lay down the tools of war. May we be the instruments of healing and of hope. Turn our hearts from fear and hate to walk the path of peace. Sing shalom, sing shalom, leaders seek the way of truth and live your law of love. Mending wounds of war and giving hope to all oppressed. Land show mercy in their hearts, give vision to their sight. Sing shalom, sing shalom, sing shalom, sing shalom.
As we travel along life's road, we are often invited by God to stop and notice God's actions in our lives, and to make decisions which affect both us and others. We are invited to, in the words of St. Ignatius of Loyola, to discern, to make prayerful decisions about our actions and the direction that our lives will take. God invites us to be other-centered instead of self-centered, to be loving over being angry, and in all things to be generous. Please welcome Vox to sing for us the prayer for generosity. Each religious tradition encourages its members to reflect on the importance of being thankful. Muslims ritually express gratitude to God in their 5 daily prayers that come from the Quran. Islam is a religion rich with mysticism. We can see this through Islamic art, poetry, and songs in praise of God. Batu Tamarak will share a reflection from his rich religious tradition.
Hello everyone, my name is Batu Tomek and I'm currently a junior. While Thanksgiving is commonly believed to be a Christian holiday, the themes of gratitude and service in it are prevalent across most religions. I'd like to start with an excerpt from the 4th chapter of the Quran. Why should God make you suffer torment if you are thankful and believe in Him? God always rewards gratitude and He knows everything. Quran 4:147. While simple, this question speaks volumes about how gratitude can change who we are as people and how we view the world. A man might suffer from hunger, but he will not be bothered by it if he is grateful to God for every morsel that he's gifted. Like a kid opening presents on a Christmas day, there is euphoria in the belief that God grants you food, or water, or any other necessity or luxury. A euphoria that will dispel negative thought and make you live life happily. Gratitude is the greatest gift that God has given us, as it is the act of being able to enjoy the blessings that you are given. I'd like to share with you a time in my life where gratitude changed the way I saw the world. I was about 10 years old and had recently moved into the United States. Not knowing a lot of English, I struggled making friends and as a result wanted to get a dog. The problem was that our landlord at the time was very strict about having pets in the house, and trying to find a dog that was both affordable and fit the criteria was nearly impossible. My mother and I would spend days and days looking for a dog, but to no avail. Eventually I had lost all hope and finally told my parents we should stop looking. Evidently, the next morning, my mom had gotten an email about a dog that was exactly what we were looking for. To cut it short, many coincidences and accidents had made it so the dog was eventually up with no one that wanted to buy him, the exception being my family. I was grateful to God because even though I had given up hope, God had given me this dog. Much like what it says in the Quran, my gratitude to God made it so I did not feel like I suffered when I was looking for this dog days on end. I was also grateful for my parents, who had never given up hope in finding a dog, and grateful and My gratitude led me to develop a desire to be of service to them. While I always helped around the house, this newfound gratitude made me see for the first time how hard their job as parents are, and so I tried to help around the house more and took the brunt of the responsibilities of taking care of the dog. The power of gratitude made it so I was able to focus on the things that mattered, and all the inconveniences fade away to become distant memories and minor inconveniences. This Thanksgiving, all of America will get united under the most sacred act of being thankful. While no doubt this has been replicated time and time again, Thanksgiving is about being grateful. No matter what religion you believe in, be thankful for all that you're given, and be grateful, as being grateful is the greatest thing one could receive. Have a great day, and even greater Thanksgiving. Thank you.
As we come together in gratitude today, we recognize that expressions of gratitude and service go beyond even those who adhere to a specific faith tradition. Throughout the world, there are many people of goodwill who both recognize the gifts they've received in life and recognize the importance of acting out of love and generosity towards those who are most marginalized today. Chase Bradshaw will share a reflection from this non-faith perspective of the universal call of gratitude and generosity.
Hello, my name is Chase Bradshaw, and this Thanksgiving, as someone who does not identify with any one religion in particular, I am going to share with you what I am thankful for. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to send you on a not-so-long tangent of thought, or lack thereof. Stay with me. Picture this. It's nighttime and you're lying in your bed and you're trying to go to sleep, but no matter what you do, you just can't. Right? You spend hours laying there, and they're just hours spent thinking about falling asleep. And then you start to think about your breathing, and then you can't breathe because you're thinking about it, and then you go into a total panic that you're going to lose sleep, and then tomorrow your emotions are going to be negative, and then you're going to fail a test or whatever, and you're going to be a total mess, right? Another 2 hours of thought later, and 5 experimental sleeping positions later, you're still stressed out, and you're still exhausted, and still very much awake. Waking up the following morning, you kind of live your life with a bit of less awareness, a little less clarity, all caused by that lack of sleep. So you think, but what caused that lack of sleep? It comes down to thoughts, really. We think of addiction as very much a material matter. What about this? What if, we were overly dependent, addicted, perhaps, to thought? Now, I'm not saying we shouldn't apply ourselves, but that overthinking could be the root of a lot of our stress. In Buddhism, there's actually a concept called mindfulness, which is kind of a misnomer because it involves the practice of dropping your thoughts, practicing letting go, and letting other senses fill the void, existing in a state of presence. Though it's tough, forget the future for a moment and take some time to feel the present. Now, this mental space gives the mind a little bit of time to rest, and especially now when stress can seem never-ending and our way of life can seem really unpredictable. We can use that rest. We can use that refreshment. Now, why am I saying this? Well, as a senior, I'm not going to be here for long. And honestly, a great part of me is going to miss these moments in my life, whether I know them or not. So I'm thankful to be here, to be in the moment, because I know it isn't going to last. And of course, this is the part where I now challenge you to test out some of that presence, but I can't make you do it. But if one night, you're sitting up in bed, you just can't sleep, you're thinking about something, and it's keeping you up, don't try. You're only fighting yourself. Thank you.
As we celebrate Thanksgiving this year, may each of us recall not only the many blessings we have been given, but also those who do not have their basic needs met here in our country and in our world. Especially during this time of pandemic, we are aware of the immense suffering and need for assistance in our country and around the world. Recent estimates from Columbia University indicate that over 50 million Americans currently live in poverty. Let us remember them, the individuals of that statistic that are in our midst, and the individuals of that statistic across our country. We give thanks for the graces we have received, large and small. Let us close our celebration today with prayer and song.
God, you love and care for us throughout the many joys and challenges of life. Bless all of us gathered today and bless the fruits of our Thanksgiving food drive. As we enjoy our families and friends on Thanksgiving Day, may we be grateful for the many blessings we have received this year. And may we be mindful of those who continue to lack food and shelter, especially those who are homeless here in our country, and the many refugees who seek shelter both here and around the world. Bless us this day and all days without end. Amen.
Greetings from Grand and Warren. Here we are, the beginning of the Thanksgiving holiday. We have completed the first quarter of a school year like no other in prep history. And now, in this season of gratitude, I want to offer my thanks for the outstanding work that has brought us here. Throughout this calendar year, we have been challenged again and again and asked to adapt again and again. And we have met those challenges again and again. This has been a different kind of year at St. Peter's Prep and throughout the broader world. Sometimes it can feel like everything has changed. In the midst of so much change, it should be no surprise that our Ignatian values, the rock upon which Prep is built, remain the same. The epicenter of the gospel, love, continues to be the epicenter of our mission. And that Prep love is everywhere. It's students and teachers adapting vigorously and creatively to our new schedule and hybrid learning model. It's our facilities team working harder than ever to make sure our campus stays safe. It's our fall athletes and coaches continuing to make us proud, even though we can't pack those stands. It's Model UN and forensics competing in virtual competitions. It's the Ebony Club hosting 2 panels of Prep alumni, and it's campus ministry and Vox continuing the tradition of our prayer services. It's also present in the quiet moments when we simply listen to each other. All these and more are signs of the love we have for Prep and for our Prep family. And I'm so grateful for all of it. And I'm especially grateful that we've made it through the first quarter with no evidence of COVID-19 spreading within our school community. Although we have had some cases, our home at 144 Grand has remained safe. That's a tremendous job. There's a quote that's attributed to Henry Ford. Coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. We have been successful so far by working together and making good choices. As we look ahead to January, when we return to campus, I hope you will continue to make those good choices, especially over these next few weeks. Remember, hard work, good work, our work. This is our work. Please don't forget that. Now, I also recognize that it might seem difficult to focus on giving thanks right now. Most of us will not be celebrating Thanksgiving or Christmas the way we would like. The halls of Prep are quiet again as we adjust to this period of all virtual learning. Although there's cause for hope with a vaccine on the horizon, we know the pandemic continues to affect us all in varied ways. And with so much uncertainty, it's easy to feel anxious. But no one said gratitude is always easy. Maybe this is an opportunity for courageous gratitude, for finding the good in this moment, for giving thanks for what is, instead of thinking about what isn't. Remember, it's finding God in all things, not just when it's easy. I still think Prep shines brightest in these moments of darkness. With that in mind, I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you for all the support and prayers since my mom has passed away. My mom was extremely proud to be a Prep mom, and not a day goes by that I'm not grateful to her and my dad for sending my 2 brothers and me to St. Peter's Prep. Prep for life, Prep forever. Let me close by looking ahead. As you know, Rich Hansen will be coaching his final game this Saturday after 33 years of pride and glory. We can't all be there at Bergen, but we can all check it out on nj.com. I hope you'll join me in thanking him for always putting building character ahead of building championships. But of course, as you know, he's great at doing both. We're also looking ahead to the middle of January, and if things go as planned, we will all be back. And I can't wait to see you. And finally, as I said, this is a school year like no other, and I know that for our seniors, this is not the senior year you were hoping for. So thank you for your patience, thank you for your leadership, and please know that we are striving to bring about our senior traditions in a safe and meaningful way. So gentlemen, happy Thanksgiving. Please reach out to our teachers and staff and thank them from the bottom of your hearts for their incredible work this quarter. They've been absolutely terrific. And thank your mom and dad for sending you to St. Peter's Prep. As always, I love you. Let's go Prep.
Good afternoon again, everyone, and welcome to this year's first Spirit Awards Assembly. Prep Spirit Awards are given to young men who model for our entire community the qualities and values that define a prep student. The characteristics outlined in our mission statement and the Gradic Red, which speaks about Prep's desire to form men who are open to growth, intellectually competent, religious, loving, and committed to doing justice. That is, students who by what they do and how they do it give life to our community. It is hoped that we can pay particular attention to the unsung heroes among us. The first Prep Spirit Awards were presented in November 1981 when the late Father John Browning, S.J., class of 46, then principal of St. Peter's, began this great tradition. It was Father Browning's hope that the awards would celebrate all that Prep represented. They also remind us that heroes come in many different forms, and that we should recognize them among us. We hope as well that all can see the good deeds in those we recognize, and use their example to inspire their own work. As we celebrate our awardees, we also celebrate the community that sends them forth and nourishes their life among us. So now it is my honor to present the first Spirit Award. There's never just one reason that a prep student wins a Spirit Award. Rather, they receive this award because they possess a general attitude of servant leadership that influences everything they do. Their work in the classroom, their involvement in co-curriculars, and their interactions with others. This Spirit Award winner has his fair share of individual accomplishments, and any of them are worthy of praise. But what makes him an ideal recipient for this award is the spirit of generosity and selflessness with which he approaches everything he does. This student is well known for his skill in the classroom. Since freshman year, he has consistently achieved first or second honors and excelled in a challenging slate of honors and AP courses. At the same time, he dedicates himself to a diverse array of co-curriculars. He is a 4-year member of the soccer team, a member of Father Mullen's CLC, and the St. Peter's Prep Performing Arts Club. He joined that final club despite not being a fan of opera, musical theater, or the symphony. He simply wanted to try something new and ended up enjoying it. This is just one example of this student's openness to growth and desire to take advantage of every opportunity that Prep has to offer. He is a servant leader, embodying a selfless commitment to improve the lives of those around him. In particular, he loves working with children with disabilities. He spent the summer volunteering at Camp Sunshine, a camp for young people with disabilities, taking a long bus ride every day to be there for his campers. He has also participated in an autism awareness kickathon and an athletics program for children with disabilities. In this way, he puts his love into action. Although he often flies under the radar, others recognize and reward his leadership skills. He is a Sheehan and Ignatian Scholar and the president of the Science National Honor Society. In that role, he organizes the tutoring program, connecting scholars with students who need extra help. Many of his prep brothers have benefited from his gifts of intelligence and service, possibly without ever knowing it. As one nominator wrote, "He accomplishes so much, but quietly, and with a great deal of humility." For these reasons and many more, we are proud to present a Spirit Award to this senior from Union City, Aram Chan Lee.
A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for a time of adversity. In this verse from the book of Proverbs, friends are depicted as those who treat everyone with the same level of respect, compassion, and love. And brothers are characterized as individuals who always come to our aid when facing our most daunting challenges. The Spirit Award winner is the epitome of both of these descriptions. As a member of the campus ministry team, the diversity board, and the mental health committee, The senior has shown his sincere desire and dedication to reaching out and hearing from others. One student nominator wrote, "He's an outstanding listener and will always help you see the positivity no matter the situation. He exudes genuine compassion for those around him. He puts care into everything he does." Also a valued senior leader on the cross-country and golf team, this amazing student athlete has been called a father figure for many underclassmen because of his willingness to share his wisdom and lessons learned from his previous experiences. He is never afraid to admit when he has made a mistake, one student nominator wrote. He understands the power in reaching out for help, correcting it, and learning from that experience. Despite his very humble persona, his abilities have not been overlooked or taken for granted by the student body, who elected him as the vice president of the student council. His ability to relate to others, share with others, and most importantly, love others, have all been reasons many consider him to be a brother. One nominator wrote, "He is a student that truly uplifts all those around him. He is always the first to step up and offer a helping hand. He's a consistent and excellent example of being a man for others." The moment the senior stepped onto campus, everyone saw a potential friend, just from his enthusiastic smile and charismatic personality. However, after getting to know him, we all found a brother who will always be in our corner no matter what. Inside and outside the boxing ring, he has proved his willingness to spend all 12 rounds fighting for what is right. Therefore, in honor of his compassion, openness, love, and especially dedication in making everyone feel welcome to the Prep family, we proudly present a Spirit Award to the senior from Union, Joaquin Joe Maddie.
While the notion of the grad at grad has been recently coined, the Jesuit ideals of being a man for and with others has been a core component of prep students for almost 150 years. Every student, no matter his age or class year, strives to accomplish this goal. While some may be publicly recognized, a Spirit Award is a way to honor our unsung models at prep. Today, we honor another prep student who has accomplished the goal of the grad at grad. This Spirit Award recipient is one of the most dedicated students at prep. A nominator wrote that he is probably one of the best known people here because he is involved in so much. Aside from his AP and honors classes, this student has found ways to become involved in numerous extracurricular clubs and activities. He's a member of both the National Honor Society and the Science National Honor Society, and a former Big Brother. Additionally, this student has been a member of the crew team, along with being an excellent class representative as a member of the student council. He is a member of Vox and Prep Dramatics, often staying late to practice for an upcoming mass or show. He consistently volunteers to help prep families and alumni by singing at funerals, and as the nominator wrote, "I know this means a great deal to people." However, one of this student's most known traits is his commitment to making prep and the world a more unified community. Another nominator wrote that his loving nature is something we all notice at prep, and that his sunny disposition and big smile brighten up your school. This trait carries over to his work on the diversity board. There, this student strives to make prep a better place, one event at a time. Whether it is moderating a roundtable discussion or hosting an Italian exchange student, this student makes sure to create a personal bond that allows him to facilitate a more connected prep. In recognition for his outgoing personality, dedication to others, work ethic, and love for the prep community, we proudly present a Spirit Award to this senior from Bayonne, Andrew Smith.
It is impressive, but not surprising, that this Spirit Award nominee submitted as many nominations as he himself received. As a classmate appropriately noted, he lives every day seeking out the best in those around him. A Spirit Award is recognition from peers and faculty, not for a single act of kindness or heroic athletic performance or a leadership position in a co-curricular. In most cases, a Spirit Award recipient has performed a variety of tasks that individually would probably go unnoticed. But on a day like today, we hear the name and think to ourselves, oh yeah, he does do a lot, and we want to applaud. A nominator wrote, it would be easier to list what he is not involved in at St. Peter's Prep. He takes his roles on Student Council, CMT, multiple teams, and the Global Student Education Board, just to name a few, quite seriously. On Student Council alone, he is working on a number of projects to provide students with the best possible experience at prep. Even with his time spread among so many co-curriculars and a demanding academic workload, he will still put others first. A senior commented, he is the drop everything to help someone else kind of guy. He added, he has probably revised hundreds of his peers' essays because he simply wants to help others succeed. Even with so many things pulling for his attention, he remains grounded in his faith and spirituality. A classmate said, I have never met someone who is aligned so closely with the Jesuit ideals. Wayne Gretzky once said, the highest compliment you can pay me is to say that I work hard every day. This young man should consider himself complimented. For doing as much for prep as prep has done for him, a Spirit Award is proudly given to this senior and self-proclaimed math wizard from Rutherford, Owen Fletcher.
He can be likened to a marble pillar, elegant and polished, quiet, reverent, and poised. But he carries himself with a glowing sense of dignity and mental fortitude, which of course is reflective of this Spirit Award winner's academic excellence as a Sheehan scholar. His critical and creative thinking and his willingness to put his intellect to the test is what ultimately led him to also become a member and officer even of the Science National Honor Society. Needless to say, his brilliance does not go unnoticed by his peers. However, he never lets that get to his head. One nominator wrote, most times he's the smartest person in the room, yet you'll never hear him admit it. He's never afraid to help others out, going out of his way to help his peers. Many can rely on him for guidance and mentorship. He puts others' needs before his own, elevating them to the academic excellence he knows that they can achieve. His excellence in the classroom is driven by his dedication and commitment to helping others succeed. This Spirit Award winner, as he had once said himself, hopes to become a beacon of light, which includes everyone, and guides the community in order to refine its strength. Even in his free time, his sense of justice and commitment to others is present. When spending time with his friends in online games, he often goes for supporting roles on the team. He won't do the most damage or get the most kills or even get the spotlight of the game. But he's the most vital member of the group and the key to their success in every match they play. The same rings true here. Though we can't forget the crux of his being. His academic rigor is praiseworthy, and his involvement in prep life is admirable. But at its core, we are met with a young man who is dedicated to others, a humble superstar. If I may, I have never been more proud to call this awardee one of my closer friends here at Prep, and I am more grateful that he reciprocates this camaraderie we share. So for his relentless dedication and unwavering humility, we proudly present this Spirit Award to this senior from Union City, Andrew Lynn. Congratulations.
Hello. Let us come together to recognize one of our unsung heroes here at Prep. This senior is an all-around respectable and respectful young man who understands what our school is trying to teach its students. He's cognizant of our ideals and proud to carry them with him every day. He preaches the lessons he's learned in a positive way. He's also loved by his peers, and you'll always catch him with a smile on his face, eager to greet his fellow classmate or faculty and staff in the hallway. I have had the honor to work alongside this student, and let me tell you, there is more to him than meets the eye. In the classes that we have together, the student has always sat within hearing range and has never failed to bring a smile to my face. He is a dedicated student, part of the National Honors and Spanish Honors Society, and he's involved in a multitude of extracurricular activities such as the Diversity Board, Campus Ministry Team, and Marauder Nation. One nominator had the opportunity to experience the seniors' dedication through an immersion trip to Ecuador. This nominator wrote, "He has demonstrated his knowledge and ownership of the grad, especially being open to growth, loving, and committed to justice. This senior's leadership was shown through the serving of families we worked with, translating for our group, and engaging with the children and parents. He truly brings a newfound sense of commitment to justice with him wherever he goes." Another nominator wrote, "He is a senior I go to for any job, whether it be a younger student in need of a peer to talk to or help with one of their classes." And so, I offer one more statement about this student. He does not seek appraisal for his actions, nor does he gloat. Upon receiving this award, he will probably already be running through a list of others who should receive this award. And to this, I say stop. You are the most deserving student to receive this award. You have proven yourself, and now it is time for you to be recognized as the leader and inspiration that you are. And so without further ado, it is my pleasure to give the Spirit Award to this senior from Fort Lee, Jacob Taubman.
Thank you all for joining us for the Spirit Awards Assembly. I want to thank Mr. Lucretio for organizing it and my fellow members of the Spirit Award Committee for writing and recording today's commendations. And once again, congratulations to all of our winners. Let me also take this opportunity to thank Ms. Fensick and Vox, Mr. Halloran and the rest of campus ministry, and Chase, Miles, Batu, Johnny, and Mr. Reese for their wonderful work on the Thanksgiving prayer service. Before we let you all go and officially begin the Thanksgiving holiday, there is one more thing that we want to share. This Sunday, as I'm sure many of you know, marks the beginning of Advent and our celebration of the Christmas season. Prep has a lot of great holiday traditions, and we're not going to let them fall by the wayside, even though we've moved to virtual. So to get you excited for the holidays, I am pleased to present, courtesy of Mr. Maglione and the TV studio, a special sneak peek of the 2020 Prep Christmas video. Enjoy and have a happy and safe Thanksgiving.
All students who are taking the Prep Express, we are now boarding. Well, are you ready to go? This is the Prep Express.
To where?
Why, all around Prep, of course. This is the Prep Express.
Doc, I'm here.